Hello everyone. It's become a bit of an unfortunate meme that whatever Jeremy says on his most complimented lists usually ends up in his fragrances you shouldn't buy lists and vis-a-vis. And it's a little bit inconsistent and it throws people off. Now, fair enough. People's opinions on many things change. My opinion on certain fragrances have changed, and I'll do that in another video. But today I wanted to talk about the consistency. Today we're going to be travelling through time and looking back at some fragrances that I hyped and talked about and that I still, after all these years. First one is this, Rochas Man by Rochas. I prefer New Harlem by Bond No. 9, but that's impossible to get right now. This unique looking friend has been by my side for 6 years, and the coffee, lavender, vanilla DNA that was a very, very big deal in the 2000s is sort of remains only with this fragrance. I know that Maison Margiela did Coffee Break recently, which is the same combination, but this is the poster boy, and quite a poster it is, of that DNA of combining coffee with vanilla and lavender. Maurice Roussel, who also did Musc Ravageur and DKNY Be Delicious, composed this fragrance. It's wonderful. I still get a kick out of it. I don't care what Aaron Terence Hughes says. This is a wonderful fragrance. Number 2, Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford. I flew all the way to Estonia to do a review of this. That's why it's a bit bashed about. Great, great fragrance. You know, when I first got this, it wasn't as good as I remembered it. And actually, Chris had a decant of Tobacco Vanille, like vintage Tobacco Vanille, and that smelled more powerful. So there's definitely been reformulation at play with this bottle. But recently, I don't know if it's been fermenting or maturating or whatever, but recently this fragrance, this bottle actually seems better than when I first got it, so that's a good sign. This is Christmas. Every time I wear this fragrance, people are like, that just smells like Christmas, and it is. It's a wonderful, wonderful Christmas fragrance, so it's great. Number 3, a cheeky one, Tommy Cologne, Tommy Hilfiger. I love it. I have some great memories of high school, of college, wearing this fragrance. As you can see, I don't wear it that much, but when the mood takes me, I will wear it. I will always have a bottle of this. I think it's wonderful. I think it's still actually quite unique. People would always kind of bash it and give it a bad rap and say, hey, you know, Tommy Cologne, it's not even that big a deal, it's not great. But I actually think that it's quite unique in the designer market, and that wonderful herby citrus, along with this like nice little sweet lashing of musk with the watery texture. This is wonderful. Played tennis with a couple friends wearing this, and it just felt so cool that I was wearing this kind of sporty fragrance playing tennis. Anyway, my friends beat me. It was embarrassing, but good memories. Next one, a true blast from the past, Sister by Duetto. Still rate this, still wear this every single spring, and whenever I go on a boat trip, I will, of course, always wear this. I did a review on a canal longboat with this fragrance, which is really what this reminds me of now. Whenever I smell this, I just think of canal boats in the UK. Beautiful little review that I did. One of the first like cinematic reviews I ever did. If that's what you've subscribed to me for, if you've subscribed to me for the the cinematic crazy videos that I do, that's probably the first one I ever did, really. And so it has a special place in my heart. And yes, Sister still rocks. It's very hard to get hold of. I think that Duetto have stopped, or they got liquidated or something. So that's a bit sad. It was never really the most popular fragrance, no matter how much I tried to hype this beast. It was grey vetiver, but it was richer, it was sweeter, and more youthful. And I preferred it to grey vetiver, actually. Wonderful fragrance. Next one, 1 Million. Still love 1 Million. I still wear it, actually, every now and then. Especially if I'm going out and I'm meeting people in cold weather today like this, and I've never met them before, I'll always just wear 1 Million because it's a great conversation starter, it's a great people pleaser, it's nostalgic for some people, and it's recognisable. It's sometimes fun just to wear 1 Million, to just see who's going to say, are you wearing 1 Million? Because people do. People recognise it. This was a very, very iconic fragrance back in the day, a most worn fragrance. So it puts people in a good mood for that reason. Bubblegum, cinnamon, vanilla, something that essentially reinvented fragrance at the time and put fragrance back into the mainstream view of everybody. So a great classic fragrance. It is genuinely a classic now. It's over 10 years old, can you believe? But 1 Million is eternal. Next one. Federic, a masterpiece, absolute masterpiece. Vanilla, praline, chocolate, smooth as butter, strong, effervescent, gourmand, cozy, chocolatey, warm, fireplace, snug as a bug on a fricking vanilla rug. It's all of that. An outstanding, outstanding fragrance. And I'm running out, which makes me nervous. And these final two are two of the very first fragrances I ever reviewed. Actually, in fact, I think that these were the first two fragrances I ever reviewed. And I still love them to this day. I started reviewing nearly 8-9 years ago. Damn. Anyway, first one, Rochas Piguet, Petit Fracas. I still love it. Still think it's great. I only started recently wearing it again, actually. Damn, I should have worn this today. I'm wearing Golden Boy by Duetto. I should have worn this. Fracas by Rochas Piguet was quite a successful fragrance. It put Rochas Piguet on the map, and then they went sort of, not downhill in fragrances-wise, but they just kind of became mad with popularity. They're not really talked about, especially in the YouTube video Fracas. Fracas was re-released, and then Petit Fracas was released, which is this tuberose, heavy tuberose scent with chocolate and cocoa. And it's great. Done by Aurélien Gouchard, and he did Ferragamo's Uomo. And the way that Ferragamo's Uomo uses that chocolate, I can see the similarities with the way that this uses chocolate. It's that kind of powdery chocolate. This is a little bit more richer and silkier, but tuberose and chocolate, who would have thought? I got drunk a lot of times wearing this fragrance. This was my night out to Manchester fragrance in my early 20s. Great, great scent. And finally, do I still love this? Yes. It's a fragrance that is becoming my past rather than my present, which I talked about in the hour-long video. But yeah, Durand. Still think it's one of the greatest of all time. Still the fragrance, or one of the fragrances at least, that really, really got me serious about this. Really got me obsessed, really got me passionate and excited about it. I actually was given the Silver Stem Original Durand by my favourite duck, Rich Mitch. I actually prefer this over the Silver Stem. I like the Silver Stem, and I'm going to be doing a comparison video soon about the evolution of Durand. But this will always be with me. Absolutely love it. And it really helped me this year. If you want to know more, check out that 1 hour video. It's the first fragrance that I talk about. Durand, I still love. I'll never not love it. Anyway, those were 10 fragrances that, after all these years, I still love. Tell me, what fragrances will you never not like, will you never not love, that are stuck to you at the hip? Let me know down below. Thank you so much. I'm the Fragrance Sprays. I'll see you soon.